we're going rockin' now.
Hey guys, welcome to my first impressions of Aatrox, the new champion to hit League of Legends. I want to do these videos more often so that more people can kind of watch these videos rather than having full-length gameplays of the new champions. So to start off, in the early laning phase, I've noticed that getting his Q first against a ranged champion is not the best choice. E's better because not only is it more damage, but it also offers a lot more wave clear and safer poke. Going to the skill order very quickly, I max E, then W, then Q, and then ulti. I like the E because again, it's long range, it slows, it's more damage. Q only for utility, I like it just to knock people up and to get me to safety. And W is very good because it offers a lot of damage and sustain. So here's another example. I mean, look, in the lane, you Q up, landed on the enemy champion. I mean, first of all, the Q, also keep a note, might be very awkward to land. And then you E, pop the W so it deals this more damage one, and then you start whacking away at them before you even get ulti. Also, if you get ganked by the jungler, he's very, very good at escaping with his Q. That's one example. As you can see there, I just Q away. And also, here's another one. I'm in a sticky situation, and I simply Q away, and it's pretty good at getting away. Also, don't forget, you do have the passive, so worst comes to worst, you know, that will proc as you're getting nuked away from far. But luckily, in this case, I did not need it, even though I did not have my passive. So he's very, very good at ganking because, you know, he does bring a lot of CC in with his Q, and it's very useful to track people down, and he's really good at chasing as well. So here's an example. I killed the enemy Aatrox, I flashed over the wall, and luckily Kayle fails her. However, the enemy Jarvan seems to be coming after me pretty heavily, and he wants me dead pretty badly. Luckily, Zach is there with me, and we end up killing the Jarvan as my passive proc. So as you can see here, the passive super, super good. It just completely base people into trying to kill you, kind of like a Nivea egg or a Zillion ulti, and it's just amazing at keeping you alive. Also, his W, the part that heals, is super good at healing. I have a couple examples down right there. As you can see, I was in lane for 2 waves. I'm already more than half HP. Super, super good at healing. And as you can see there, very good at chasing and catching people off. His E just secures that kill, not a problem. Jarvan goes away. He thinks he's safe, but I just Q on top of him. I don't even get the knockup, and it's still more than enough with that and my ulti to finish him off. Here's another clip showcasing a very great example of how great his passive is. As you can see here, I Q the bush not knowing they were there. I just did it just in case they were, and a big fight erupts. They get me low, but I get them very low as well, as my team is there to back me up. They think they killed me, but my passive proccing, and I simply regen it, and I flash out to safety while my team mops the rest of them up. Very, very useful passive, good for baiting people in, and I mean, it's just a super, super, super good passive. Here's another example of how good his healing is. Look at this. I was almost no HP. I was at 100 HP-ish. Started the race with my W on the part that heals me. And look at this. Second I'm done the race, I'm almost at full HP once again. So here's another example of his passive. This time kind of not working towards my favor. I mean, even though I've been saying how good it is, it also has its downfall, such as, you know, you are stationary as you are healing up. So, I mean, during the fight erupts, I go on this Zyra and she flashes away, and then a huge fight happens. I mean, I kill the enemy Aatrox. The Kayle ulti is saving one of their units, and then I'm just like kind of running away because I'm really, really low. Kaylin comes after me, and she actually gets me, but unfortunately my passive procs, and she just puts a trap right underneath me. And second I spawn for my passive, I get stuck in her trap, and I can't even Q away. So that's the only downfall of his passive, that, you know, he is stationary as he is recovering. Aatrox also excels at assassinating people. As you can see here, Kayle walks in, and I just simply use my Q, E, pop my W that deals more damage, and pop my ulti, and then that taxi from my ulti is just super useful in just destroying someone. And the E with the slow makes them pretty much stay around me, and they can't really escape, especially if you get a frozen mallet, which is pretty much a recommended item as well. Another example, Kaylin walks in, I'm pretending to be the wolf, and she's like, whoa, that ain't no wolf, and then she just walks in, and I absolutely obliterate her. So, I mean, this is exactly what Aatrox excels in. He has super good catching potential. He's really good at sticking on targets, a lot of mobility, a nice slow, crazy sustain with his W, one of them at least, crazy damage with the second part of his W. His ulti offers him, the AoE damage is okay. Personally, I really like the fact that it makes him range and gives him that huge, hefty attack speed bonus, which synchronizes with his W so well, because I personally build him around his W. So now, speaking of build, what you want to do on him is you want to build things that give you AD attack speed with some HP. So an example of this would be possibly a Bloodthirster, possibly Blade of the Rune King, a Frozen Mallet, maybe even a Static Ship, and things like that. Very, very useful on him because you want to attack fast. You want to get those damages going with his W, because my goal with his build is to pretty much get him to a state with enough lifesteal, attack speed, and damage that I can have the second part of his W, the one that deals extra damage on each third hit, pretty much always active. That's my goal with him, and I recommend you guys try following that as well. Keep in mind, this is only from one game that I've experienced him, but this is what I've got him so far, and I mean, personally, I think he's a great buy, super strong champion, and I really recommend buying him. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that video of my Aatrox first impressions. Also, please check out, I do have a new Did You Know episode of Akali up if you haven't seen it, and also have a new rank struggle of me playing Ari on my Smurf on the gold ELO area. So hope you guys check those out, and hope you guys enjoyed this video as well, and hopefully I will see you next time. Peace.